Good evening, viewers. You're watching South Speaks, and today's top story. The Tamil Nadu Assembly has adopted a resolution today moved by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, urging the government to immediately commence census work, which was due in the year 2021, along with the caste-based population census as well. Now, this time, the resolution was moved by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, who emphasized here on caste census's importance for educational, social, and even economic equality. Stalin here has highlighted the DMK's clear stance on the issue and the necessity for the census to address reservation demands such as the 10.5% reservation for the one-year community raised by the PMK legislator G.K. Mani. Now, the DMK Supremo also urged the PMK, an ally of the BJP-led NDA, to really negotiate with the central government. Stalin has also accused the centre of delaying the basic task of conducting the census every 10 years. Meanwhile, Stalin's call for unity was marred with suspension of MPs of principal opposition party, the AIDMK, which has led to the party accusing Stalin of being afraid of the leader of the opposition. Now, it remains to be seen if Stalin can emerge as the champion of caste census for India bloc, or will his demands for unity and equality be overwhelmed with the politics of caste calculus, is the question that comes up, viewers. So, while, of course, this demand has been made or a resolution has been passed, how is the BJP really going to respond to it is the question. Meanwhile, the PMK is an ally of the BJP. They want this too. Whether they will mount pressure on the centre, these are things that remains to be seen. So, let's get more perspective. Dr. Syed, Hafeez of the DMK with us today, George Kurian, political analyst, Anurag Naidu, author and political analyst with us, Kovai Satyan of the AIDMK is also joining us today. Let me take this across first to Mr. Hafeez here. Mr. Hafeez, how does the DMK really view this, and what is this resolution going to do in the larger picture of trying to ensure that the centre really looks at the caste census? Because the caste census issue has widely been spoken about by the Congress till now. The DMK has been referring to it. The BJP didn't seem much, they didn't want to really talk about it in the run-up to the elections as well. Passing such resolutions, do you think it pushes them in that stride?
See, for the fact that, India is only the 44 out of 233 countries which haven't done their mandatory census, which was due. The rest of the countries have done, nearly 190 countries have done their caste census despite the COVID pandemic. But India, being a country which the Prime Minister claims is the forefront in technology and the whole world is looking at us, despite that being the fact that the Prime Minister is not able to conduct a census in this country for last 14 years. At least it was due on 2021. Now 3 years the timeline has passed by, still we are not able to do the census. But you should know that the BJP is a party which is against the social justice formula of reservation. You take Bihar. See, the Nitish Kumar, when the government was there with the Mahagathbandhan, the caste survey was done. That time, the people from the BJP opposed it for one reason, because they don't want the real-time data to come out in public, so that the real representation of public will be a demand, depending upon the population, depending upon the caste. So, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, we have a lesson from the Patna High Court's order, which says that any survey on caste done by the state government cannot be used as a data to change the structure of the existing quota system. So that is being the situation, that is being the ambit of the constitution. Hence, whatever is done by the state government pertaining to giving quota or reservation, there is a problem. Unless and until there is a census that is being done by the Union Government of India, we cannot, really come up with facts, and we cannot be in a situation to act on the matter. Hence, we see it that we should push the census to be happening soon, and in that we need to have a caste-based data as well, so that we can know an empirical data will give us on the reservation status to improve whose reservation and the social parameters, so that the caste-based reservation can be modified or not. So we have made a resolution in the Tamil Nadu State Assembly so that the government wakes up from the slumber, the union government wakes up from the slumber of its failed duty of conducting a census, and all the more the social justice aspect to it, which the India bloc had been propagating throughout the election.
Okay.
So that needs to be acted upon. So there seems to be a hypocrisy on the part of the BJP, on the part of Nitish Kumar, where the Nitish Kumar is in alliance with the BJP, which fundamentally opposes the caste census. So all this has to be, consolidated, and we need to have a proper census first and a caste census so that we will be able to work on what lies in the future.
Okay, George Kurian's also with us, Hafeez, so let me get to his perspective here. The Congress party, when you look, Mr. Kurian, whether the Congress party on one hand in Karnataka had a caste census that they commissioned. It was ready towards the end of the tenure, and after that they've had opportunities to really make it public. They haven't. Even now, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who accepted that, hasn't really made it public, hasn't introduced it in front of the cabinet. Whether they'll table it in the next assembly, these are questions that still remain. Now, when you look at that happening in Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi at the centre, of course, kept talking about the caste census in the run-up to the elections. Now, with this push that the DMK is coming up with, where does the Congress, do you think, lies in all of this? Where does their stand lie? Do they back such resolutions by state governments? Can it be really called hypocrisy to sit on certain caste census reports prepared by their own state governments?
Well, Deepak, it's a good debate that you have taken up today for prime time. I really appreciate that. Having said that, as you're aware that Rahul Gandhi, along with the Congress party, have been vocal time and again in the run-up to the election 24 that caste-based census and socio-economic survey is the need of the hour, looking at the dynamics and demographic of India. Having said that, we strongly are vocal about the same, and in our manifesto also it was published that when the Congress party along with the India Bloc Alliance will come to power, this is the first thing that will carry out. As we are aware that it's due post 2021, and so it's a really welcome move that the Tamil Nadu Assembly has taken up this ownership and passing a resolution to for the union government to unanimously passing the resolution urging the center to carry out a caste-based census along with the socio-economic survey, so that equal representation in the field of education, be it economy and education and jobs, is granted to the people at large in their national interest and interest of the people. Having said that, we also believe that real representation is the need of the hour with respect to India. It's time for India to rise up to the occasion and take it further. And I'm sure that this resolution coming from Tamil Nadu is a welcome move, which the Congress party will really welcome. And it's for the union government to take it forward and carry out a caste-based census and a socio-economic survey in the larger
interest of the people. But if the Congress party welcomes a resolution in a neighbouring state for a census at the centre, why are they sitting on census which is meant for, or a survey that was meant for socio-economic survey that was meant to like the communities, like the people that you were talking about, to really empower them? If a survey like this was conducted and you're not acting upon it, then does the Congress really have the right morally to say, well, we appreciate such resolutions, it's the need of the hour, we've batted for it?
Well, Deepak, it goes without saying. And with respect to Karnataka, I'm sure, led by Siddaramaiah, it's going to happen too soon and too early. And there is no two ways about it, because the Congress party has always been vocal about caste-based census and the survey that needs to be carried out in the larger interest of the people. And we stand by it. And I'm sure that, Rahul Gandhi...
But Congress in Karnataka seems to be very divided about that. They feel that this particular survey was not done scientifically. They're demanding another one. Now, with these sort of resolutions being passed, let's also bring in Anurag Naidu here. How do you think the BJP will look at this, Anurag, especially at the centre? Because before the elections, we've seen in multiple campaigns where the Congress has been pretty vocal about the caste census. The DMK has been speaking about it time and again. And, they are, of course, a state which provides one of the largest reservations in the country. So while they have been pushing for it, the BJP has been very timid about this topic. Now with such resolutions coming to the fore, and interestingly here, PMK and an NDA partner, also pushing for the same. Do you feel that somewhere they'll come under some sort of a pressure now?
Well, Deepak, I don't think there'll be a situation of pressure, and not this BJP. And that's my individual view. That I don't think there is a spot, because PMK is not a small, it's a big ally of NDA, and we need to understand it. By and large, what I have understood is BJP is not against the caste census as such, but the word and the branding of it, which has been done in such a way. Why don't we call it as a comprehensive census of Gyan, Garib, Yuva, Annadata, and Nari Shakti? Why can't we talk about a skill census that Mr. Naidu is talking about in Andhra Pradesh? And even in Karnataka, you took a very beautiful example, Deepak. They need to understand what really they want out of the census. Is it just to drive forces to corner, to split amongst themselves, fight amongst themselves, put out the numbers which will be divisive in nature? Why are you going to just restrict to that? Because when there is a demand, the demand has to be comprehensive, telling that, okay, we need to have a census which covers the economic strength. We need to have a census which covers the Samman, which covers Shakti, which covers a lot of other parameters which are related to the socio-economic development of the population by and large. That is something is missing. We pass one small resolution by the name of, we want the center to take up the caste census. What do you mean by that? I think you can be explicit enough in making it and helping people understand what you exactly want the central government to do. I'm sure the central government and the BJP is in the process of conducting a census, which is due, which everyone agrees. But the point is, why should we only label it under the facade of caste, and why can't it be more comprehensive to solve the real problems that we have in India today? And I think that is exactly where BJP is coming on. The war cry, Gyan, is very important.
But the DMK makes a valid point that there has been a protocol that has been followed, that after a few number of years there is a census that is done, which gives you more clarity on the demography of the country as well. That's not been done. It's been long due, and why not push for it is the question that the DMK is asking.
Well, absolutely. I think that by all means they can push for it. I think the government in the Karnataka, the neighboring state, should also pass a resolution. I'm saying nothing wrong in resolution. I'm of the view the resolution should be more comprehensive, Deepak. The resolution cannot be one-liner political resolution. The resolution that is passed in the legislation should be more comprehensive. There should be a discussion in the assembly. I don't see a discussion in the assembly putting some valid points in all these assemblies. The assemblies can put 100-page, 200-page resolution breaking down every single microeconomic nature of this the census that they expect. And every state has a very diverse problem. The problems of South are different from the problems of North and Northeast. So I think when you go for a caste census, you need to understand the problems. Okay. India is such a diverse country. The problems are totally different. We need a total social upliftment in India. We need the Garibs to come out of the Garibi and Rekha and be more into the middle class and have a social balance. So to have that, strike that balance, it is very important that before running into any kind of a census, whether it is a caste or anything else, you make a comprehensive plan of how do you want to deal with it pan-India. And that is something that opposition, in my view, is trying to derail. The opposition is trying to attack, chalo aapko caste ki baat karna hai.
One quick question to the DMK as well. I want to bring in Anurag. I want to ask Hafeez here about such resolutions. Are they more political in nature than anything else? Because when you consider Tamil Nadu and when you consider the assembly there, apart from a few members of the PMK, it's predominantly the DMK and the AIDMK there. And that assembly coming together, passing a resolution, in what way do you feel that it adds any sort of pressure on the center? It's more just a political gesture, isn't it?
No, Mr. Deepak, you have to understand that this is something that the government has to do. And the fellow panelist who was talking about demanding for a comprehensive census, every census is comprehensive. Every census just does not come with number, name, and the gender and the family, but there are also educational skill parameters to it. What happens is usually the caste is also recorded, but that is not made public. The demand here is we want a comprehensive census, which is already done. Why do we have to come and talk about it when something is usually done? What usually is not done is that bringing out the caste data in open. So hence it becomes a duty on us to tell the government, listen, Mr. Government, you are here, you should be doing a census. All the more you should do a caste census, because we need to derive programs and schemes specific to the communities which are socially backward, economically backward. Without that, we'll not be in a situation to create a comprehensive program or a specific program to a cohort so that they can be uplifted from the social issues that they are facing. Hence, the need of expressing caste comes. So any census is comprehensive. from a census of politics to national family health survey data, it comes with a lot of things. It comes about with the skill set. It comes out with the number of rooms. It comes out with the ventilation. It comes out with how many toilets there are, how many educated people, how many earning people. It is all a part of the census. But what is not usually revealed is the caste.
Okay.
Hence, the government, Tamil Nadu government, the DMK as a party, or the entire political parties in Tamil Nadu are of the view that we need to know that you're doing it. Just give it an open so that we'll be able to derive.
Okay.
If
the DMK says it's the need, the center should do it, but whether such resolutions will really ring a bell in Delhi, that's a question that comes up, viewers. I'm thanking all our panelists for joining us on this quick debate, giving us their perspectives. We'll of course get the answer to what the resolution of course does in the center very soon.